Hello my dear NEET warriors, welcome aboard to the NEET Conquer series, and today we are going to discuss some amazing questions from the chapter of vectors as well as your motion in a straight line. So I'm pretty sure you're all excited and all eagerly waiting for what should be the answer. Option A. Perfect, because they are multiples of each other. No, it is not C, it is not 180 degrees. It is definitely option A. Definitely option A. Very good. Those of you answered it as A. Tricky question. Many people make a mistake and write it as 180 or 90 degrees. You should just see that this multiplied 2 times, so it's in the same direction. So they will be parallel. Angle is 0. Moving on. The angle between the two vectors is how much? Whenever these kind of questions come, especially with related to angle, perpendicular, parallel, anti-parallel, usually it is related to the dot product. So first find, remember cos theta, which is A vector dot B vector divided by A into B. So let's try to find what is A vector dot B vector, which is the numerator part. Then we'll find the denominator. A vector dot B vector means minus 2i plus 3j plus k dot with I plus 2j minus 4k. So what will it be? Minus 2 into 1, minus 2. 3 into 2, 6. 1 into minus 4, minus 4. Oh, this is 0. If the dot product is 0, I don't even have to find this. Cos theta will be 0. That means theta will be basically 90 degrees. Cos of 90 is 0. That is option B. That is option B, 90 degrees. That's correct. Perfect. How many of you got it? Very good, Mochi, Disho, Jasta. Yes, Hari, the answer comes out to be 0. Very good, Devi. 90 degree. Correcto, correcto. Awesome, Anusha. Awesome, Pikyat, Hari. Very good, Kirta Venkatesan, Harni, Jessica. Awesome, my dear warriors. Moving on to the next question coming up on your screen. Component of a vector along another vector is? Acha. When you have a vector, let's say for example A bar, and you want to find the component of that vector along another vector, that means basically you want to find this perpendicular dot. So this is basically the component of A along B. That is given by A vector dot B hat. The direction along which you want to find the component, you will take the unit vector of that and do the dot product of the original vector. That is that formula. So what is A vector over here? A vector over here is basically 2i cap plus 3j cap. Now how do I find unit vector B? This vector is not a unit vector, it is something else. So how do I make it into a unit vector? Simple, guys. B hat is the vector B divided by its magnitude, and magnitude is always the sum of the squares of the components under the root. Correct? So that's how you get it. That's how you get it. So take the dot product with vector B. Vector B is I cap plus j cap divided by its magnitude, the modulus, the roots of the squares of the components. Right? So this will be root of 1 square plus 1 square. So now let's see what do we get. Let's see what do we get. 2i into I is 2. 3j into j is basically 3 divided by 1 plus 1, guys. That's just 2. So this will be root 2. So 5 by root 2. So 5 by root 2 should be the answer. 5 divided by root 2 should be basically the component of A along B. That is option number A. That's it. That's the correct one. Very good, Ravina. Very good, Sonali. Very good, Asta, Harni, Kirtu and Kechesan. Very good, Murgali. Very good, Hari, Kilo Science, Kandan. Awesome, Ravina. Very nice. So the idea behind this problem is this formula. The component, the vector whose component has to be found, you write it completely. Take the dot product with the unit vector along the direction where you have to find the component. You have to find it along B, so take B hat, and B hat unit vector is the vector divided by the magnitude. That's the standard formula. Moving to the next question. There is a vector makes an angle with the z axis. How much will be that angle? You can see everywhere cos is there, and one of the answer is none of these. So immediately what should strike to your mind? Cos is there in dot product, so maybe you should use dot product. And when I say z-axis means k hat. Z-axis means k hat. So you have to find the angle between this vector and k hat. And the angles formula cos theta is a vector dot b vector divided by ab. That's the standard formula. So what is a vector over here? In this case, it is basically 6i plus 4 root 2j plus 4 root 2 k, correct? And dot product with just k cap, dot product with just k cap divided by the magnitude of this into magnitude of k cap. Now magnitude of this, there will be three terms because there are three components I, j, k. So the I component is 6. So 6 square plus 4 root 2 square plus 4 root 2 square. This thing into 1. Why 1? Because k cap is just a unit vector. So the magnitude will anyways be 1. Anyways it will be 1. So let's see what do we get. 6 nothing, 4 root 2j nothing, 4 root 2 into k, yes. So this will be 4 root 2. That's it. K cap into k cap is 1. There is nothing for I and j to multiply with. So there is nothing on the top apart from 4 root 2. Now 4 square is 16. Root 2 square is 2. 16 into 2 is 32. 16 into 2 is 32. So basically this will be 36. 6 square is 36 plus 32 plus 32. Root 1 is 1. 32 plus 32, 64, 64 plus 36, 100. So this will be nothing but 4 root 2 divided by root of 100. Root of 100, my dear warriors, is nothing but 10. That's it. So you can divide by 2. So this will become 2 root 2 divided by 5. That means cos theta is 2 root 2 divided by 5. So theta will be cos inverse of 2 root 2 divided by 5. 2 root 2 divided by 5, that's option C. C for Captain Shreyas. That's the correct answer. Very good. Yes, Devi. C for Capto. Correcto, correcto, correcto. Very good, Titan. Sonali. Titan, what a name, yeah. Recently there was a submarine by the name of Titan and it went exploring Titanic. And it's still a question mark. What is that vessel doing down there? Oxygen was low. Looks like you are, a fan of deep sea vessels. All right, let's go to the next question. Ready for it? Ready for the next question? Okay, let's go. Which of the following is the unit vector perpendicular to both A and B? Which is a unit vector perpendicular to both A and B? This is very simple, based completely out of the definition of cross product. Completely out of the definition of cross product, my dear warriors. So we know if there is a vector A and if there is another vector B, then the unit vector which is perpendicular to both A and B, like this, will be perpendicular to this also and this also, is given by, if this is your A cross B, if this is your A cross B, then your A cross B is A B sine theta into basically your n hat. Take these people down, so it will become A cross B divided by AB sine theta, right, is equal to n hat. So n hat is that unit vector which is perpendicular to both A and B, and this is the answer. I can see it is in option number C, guys. None of the other options are correct. Even this is not correct because there is a unit vector on the top. This is also unit vector on the top. No, this is complete vector, A and B. This is cos, so that's why it is not correct. I hope that is making sense. Yep, C for Captain America, C for Captain Shreyas. Yes, Jessica, that's the correct answer. Shall we move ahead? Completely based on the definition of cross product and the idea that the unit vector is always perpendicular to both the vectors whose cross product has been taken. Next question. The condition under which the vectors A plus B and A minus B are parallel. Try it out, guys. That is the best way to do this problem. Okay, rather than using any formula which will make it very lengthy. If A is perpendicular to B, this is, let's say, A, let's say this is B, then you will notice this would be basically A plus B, A minus B. So first take the negative vector of B. This will be the negative vector. So A minus B will be like this. A bar minus B bar will be like this. Now a plus b and a minus b are definitely not parallel in the first case, so this is not at all correct. If a is b, why will the two vectors be perpendicular? Let's say even in this case, assume, or let's say in this case also, let's say this is a and this is b. Let's say their magnitudes are equal, lengths are equal. So this would be a plus b, this would be a plus b. The minus b vector will be over here and a minus b will be on this side. A minus b will be on this side. How are a plus b and a minus b parallel to each other? So obviously b option is not correct. If you look at D option, my dear students, D option, A is parallel to B. So if A is here and B is over here, then A plus B will be this vector. A plus B will be this vector. A vector minus B vector. Minus B vector. This would be A vector minus B vector. Wow, A minus B and A plus B, these dotted vectors are parallel to each other. That is what is asked in the question. Hence D option is correct. This does not make sense. This does not make sense. Anyways, A is not equal to B. How is this even a condition? So this is the correct answer, guys. D. Exactly. D for doctor. Some of you said C. No, not every option is C, guys. It is option D which is correct. Just do it by taking examples. You will understand it. Okay. I've used vector addition and subtraction principle. That's all. The forces which meet at one point, but the line of action do not lie in one single plane, are called non-coplanar, non-concurrent, non-coplanar, concurrent, coplanar, concurrent, coplanar, non-concurrent. Come on, my dear warriors. This is pure geometry, nothing else. Pure geometry. Come on, my dear students. What do you think is the correct answer? Imagine a plane, first of all. Just imagine a plane and imagine they are non-coplanar. That means one force is here, but they are meeting at a point. So one force is here, maybe one force is coming from below because it is non-coplanar, and maybe another force is coming from here, maybe another force is coming from here. They are definitely not on the same plane, but they are meeting at the same point. Hence they are concurrent. When things meet at the same point, they are said to be concurrent. But since they are not in the same plane, that is why they are basically non-coplanar. As simple as that. Yep, very good, Dr. Asta, Titan, Devi, Subhashi, very good, this Shoj, Priya, great, Sweta, Ravina, Kirtan, Venkatesan, Anusha, Shritika, Meka, very good, Anushree, awesome. Moving on. Consider vector. Another vector perpendicular to this will be how much? If this force vector is this much, which of these vectors is perpendicular to this? Come on, guys, this is direct question. Within 5 seconds you should be able to answer this. Within 5 seconds you should be able to answer this. Think about it. I cap and j cap, right? 4i and 3j. Guys, this force vector will be in the xy plane, right? Xy plane, because why? Because it has only I cap and j cap component. So the vector which will be perpendicular to this will be like this pen. Like this pen that I'm holding. I don't know whether you can see this, but this pen, it's perpendicular to the xy plane, something like this. So along the z axis, that will be perpendicular to the xy plane. If this is xy plane, this is perpendicular to it. This is perpendicular to it. So there is only one vector like that, and that is C, which is 7k cap. Yes, that's the correct answer. That's the correct answer. Very good. No need to take dot product. It was very straightforward. Just had to visualize a little bit. Moving on. If the angle between two non-zero vectors A and B is 120, then the resultant will be. Okay. This is not direct. You cannot just guess the answer. You cannot just eliminate the answer. I think we might have to solve. Now, if the resultant is C and it is the subtraction of two vectors, I know the formula for that. What is the formula? C square is basically A square plus B square, correct? Minus 2AB cos theta. Cos theta here is cos 120. This is the formula for vector subtraction. If it was addition, it will be plus. It is clearly mentioned over here, A minus B, A minus B. There is only one option with A plus B. I don't think this will be correct. I don't think this will be correct, but still let's try with vector subtraction first, because I saw minus option everywhere. Is that clear, my dear warriors? Okay, now this will become a square plus b square minus 2ab. What is cos of 120? What is cos of 120? Is it b or c or a? I don't know, guys. We'll figure it out. What is cos of 120? It's in the second quadrant, so it will be negative. 120 is 90 plus 30. So 90 means cos will become sine. So sine 30, guys, is half. So with the negative sign. So it will be minus half. So you can always look at this as cos of 90 plus 30. So this will be basically minus sine 30, which is basically minus half. That's how you get this. Alright, so 2 cancels. So this will become a square plus b square minus ab. Okay, I have an idea now. How about writing it as a square plus b square minus 2ab? But to preserve the equality, actually you should get minus 1ab. Here I am getting minus 2ab. So if I add 3 to it, 3ab to it, I will get the same term back. I will get the same term back. Sorry, not 3ab, my bad. Just ab. Just if I add ab, I'll get the same term back. So minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. Exactly, minus 2 plus 1 is just minus 1. Everybody with me? Why did I do this? Because I know this is an identity. This is nothing but a minus b whole square. That's it. And this is plus ab. This is plus ab, that is c square. So c will be root of a minus b whole square plus ab. Guys, what does this tell you? What does this tell you? There is a minus b already present plus some term is there. Definitely it means c will be more than a minus b. Think about it. There is already a number plus some number. So definitely c will be more than this number because of this extra term over here. There is this extra term over here. Imagine if this extra term ab was not there, then root of square will become just a minus b. So c will be equal to a minus b. But because there is something more, so c will be more than just a minus b. Is that clear? Is that clear? So answer is basically C. So it was not a straightforward problem. You had to use the formula. So many students try to use something else and by fluke you get the answer. That would not be correct. And that's how you lose marks. Is that okay? Everyone with me? Everyone with me? Oh, did I miss one sign? What did I just do? I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I had to add. I'm so sorry. I missed one sign. Thank you for pointing it out. My bad. Minus and minus, I missed it. So this minus and this minus will become plus. So this will become a square plus b square minus minus will become plus. 2 will cancel, plus ab. Even with this, what will I do? I will do a square plus b square, and now I will put minus 2ab over here deliberately because I want a minus b, and because I want minus 2, think about it, I should preserve the equality. How do I preserve that equality? By putting over here minus 2 plus 3 is plus 1. So this will become 3ab. Now this is nothing but the expansion of a minus b whole square. So this will be a minus b whole square plus 3ab. So this is nothing but c square. So c will be root of a minus b square plus 3ab. Now this is my extra term over here. Obviously c will not be just equal to a minus b. It will be something more than that. So c will be anyways more than a minus b. Definitely. C will be definitely more than a minus b. Definitely. Is that okay? Yep. Still we get the same answer. In fact, this term will change a little bit, right? So this extra term will make this c more than a minus b. Will make it more than a minus b. That is the idea behind this. Moving on to the next question. Two vectors a and b inclined at an angle have a resultant r. which makes an angle phi with A. If A and B's directions are interchanged, or basically they are interchanged with each other, then the resultant will have same magnitude, direction, both, or none of the above. Let's try to understand this. Imagine this is vector A, this is vector B. This is vector A, this is vector B. So if I use parallelogram law, then I will get this is my resultant. This is my resultant vector. Now if I interchange basically the directions, so instead of writing A here and B here, if I now write B over here, okay, if I write B over here, and then if I write A over here, then the parallelogram will look slightly different. It will look like this, okay, and this would be the resultant R. Whether you take this parallelogram or this parallelogram, this length and this length are same, only the direction of R has changed. It's like you have taken this parallelogram and rotated it. You just flipped it over here. So R is same in magnitude, but the direction is not same. Magnitude wise, the length wise it is same, because both the sides of the parallelogram are same. Correct. Only thing different is the direction. So hence the only thing same is magnitude. Very good. Yep, we are doing basically DC Pandey, and we are doing PYQs. Yep, you can use triangle law also, but I find parallelogram much more convenient in this case. If you use triangle, just that A will come over here, and over here B will come over here. It's one and the same thing. If you notice in parallelogram law, shift this A over here, it becomes triangle law. It's one and the same thing. It doesn't matter. Correct? Moving on. If A vector is equal to B vector, it's bold actually, so it's vector. Okay, so if A vector is equal to B vector, which of the following is not correct? So think about it. If vector A equals to vector B, then obviously their unit vectors will be also equal only, right? A hat will be also equal to B hat. So option A definitely is correct. Their magnitudes will be equal. Look at this. This magnitude and this magnitude will be equal. So B option is also correct because it talks about the magnitude. What about option C? Guys, instead of A, I can write B because magnitudes are same, and this will become B hat. And B I can keep it as it is. Anyways, A hat and B hat are same only. So I can write it as B hat. So B hat is B hat, which is correct. So option C is also correct. If you look at option D, guys, then there is a problem. Why? Because this is a vector, this is unit vector. Both these two are the sum of unit vectors. This is just the sum of the vectors itself. So green vector plus green vector will be different than this A hat and B hat. They are smaller. They are different in length. So definitely they are not going to be equal. So that's option D, of course. Did you guys understand it? I made you visualize. So green and green, if you add them, will be different than this and this. Is that making sense? Yep, D for Doctor Strange, D for Dragon Fruit, D for Doctor also, D for Ames Delhi also. Great, moving on. The angle between vector A cross B and B cross A, very straightforward, very direct. You would have definitely seen this in the theory of the cross product. Definitely you would have seen this. Come on, my dear warriors. What is the correct answer for this? A cross B and B cross A. What do you think? A cross B, my dear warriors, if A and B are vectors like this, A cross B vector will be in this direction. A cross B will be in this direction, whereas B cross A will be exactly in the opposite direction. So what is the angle between them? 180 degrees, which is basically your pi radians. So pi radians is option B, exactly. Very good, Mochi Priya, Jessica, Astha, Hari, Gayatri, awesome, Kandan. Very good, very good, very good. Option B is the correct answer. Yes, Monisha. Yes. Oeli, Samiha. Very good, Subhashini. Awesome. Moving on. Next question. The unit vector which is parallel to the resultant of 8i and 8j. Resultant of vector 8i and 8j. The resultant will be just 8i plus 8j. Now if there is any vector which is parallel to this, let's say I call it P, it will be some number into 8i plus 8j. It will be some number, some 3 times, 5 times, 7 times, because you will just be changing the length, their directions will be the same. Now if you notice, 24 and 5, they both are different coefficients. So definitely A can't be the answer. 12 and 5, different coefficients, can't be the answer. 6 and 5, can't be the answer, different coefficients. So none of the above is the correct. So if it was parallel, example, it could have been like 16i, 16j, or it could have been 4i, 4j, or I plus j, or it could have been 24i plus 24j. It could have been like that. But none of these options have equal coefficients, but meaning they are not multiples of the original vector. So hence it is none of the above. That's the right answer. Very good. D for Delhi is Gu, Astaf, very good. Goel, Mochi, Subhashini, Srinita, Dishoj, Priya, Murugwal, Vale, very good. Ravina, very good. Gayatri, very good. Jessica. Moving on, next question, guys, coming up on your screen. Motion in a straight line looks like it. Boy walks to his school 6 kilometers away, speed 2.5. He comes back with a new speed of 4. What is his average speed for this entire round? Think about it. This particular boy starts from his home, he goes 6 kilometers, reaches the school and again comes back. So let's say he takes time t1 to go here, let's say he takes time t2 to come back. T1, time is distance divided by speed, which is 2.5. Time for coming back is distance divided by speed, in this case it is 4. Now let's think about what is the total average speed. The total average speed will be the total distance upon the total time. The total distance 6 plus 6 divided by total time, that means t1 plus t2. So this will be basically 12 divided by 6 by 2.5 plus 6 by 4. 6 I can take it common outside, so it will become 6 into 2.5 is 5 by 2. This will be 1 by 4. 6 goes with 12 2 times, so this will be 2 divided by, now LCM is basically 20, so 5 4s are 20, 2 4s are 8, plus 4 5s are, that means 5. So this will be 2 divided by 13 divided by 20. So 2 and 20 gets multiplied with each other, it will become 40 divided by 13 kilometers per hour. 40 divided by 13, that's option number B, guys. That's it. Option number B. How many of you got it? Very good, Monisha, Dishoj, Asta, Priya, Aruna, Ravina. Very good, Izuku. Great, Jayanti. Very good, Harni. Very good, Subhanshi. Very good, Jessica. Awesome. Awesome, Mochi. So these kind of questions are simple, but you should understand by drawing the diagram. You cannot make any mistakes. You cannot take different distance or some weird time or use some random formula. Some people use average speed means this speed plus that speed divided by 2. So if you guys are going to use 2.5 plus 4 divided by 2, that will be definitely a wrong answer. Don't use that formula randomly. So the best way is to solve it using your basic knowledge of distance, time and speed. Next, which of the following graph is physically possible? Which of the graphs do you think is possible in reality? This is velocity time, velocity time, velocity time. Or do you think all of these are possible? What do you guys suggest? What do you guys suggest? Come on, my dear warriors. Come on, come on. Hello, Khush. Good evening, my dear new warriors. If you are new, make sure you join the channel by smashing the subscribe button, and if you're already the subscriber, you know you have to pay the fees by smashing the like button right away, right now, guys. That's your fees for attending this video, and you want more such classes, you need to smash the like button right away, right now. Come on, see, very good. See guys, over here you are going back in time. You are going back in time, not just there, even here. What are you doing in this part? You are basically going back in time. Going back in time is not possible. Once time is gone, it's gone. You cannot go back in time. So this is fine, guys. There is no problem in this. Speed is increasing, decreasing, becoming negative, and basically I think this should have been velocity time, not speed time. Okay, I think there is a printing mistake, because if it was speed, then even this would not be correct. Even this would not be correct. Okay, because speed can't be negative, guys, remember that. So this is basically velocity time. If it was speed, then even this would not be correct. Understood? Because speed can't be negative. So technically it should have been velocity, not speed. Okay, so I'm just changing this to velocity. Cool. Moving on to the next question. I hope this is very, very clear. All right, moving on. Particle moves in a straight line, constant acceleration, velocity changes from 10 to 20 when it passes a distance of 135 meters in t seconds. What is the value of this particular time? Which equation do you think we can use? I will first write down what and all pieces of information I know. I'm going along a straight line, 135 meters. Okay, here the speed is basically 10 meters per second. Here the speed is basically 20 meters per second. I don't even know the acceleration, but I also don't know the time. Even time I don't know, even acceleration I don't know. Interesting. So how do I solve this question? How do I solve this question? Maybe I'll first find acceleration. By which equation? U is known, V is known, S is known. Initial, final speed, and displacement is known. I want to find acceleration. I think I will use the third kinematic equation. So V square, if I use it, U square plus 2AS. V is basically 20, U is basically 10. Acceleration I don't know. Displacement is 135. This will become 400 is equal to 100 plus 135 into 2 is basically 270. So 270A. This will become basically 300 is equal to 270A. 0, 0 cancels. So A will be 30 by 27. Divided with 3, it will become 10. Divided with 3, it will become 9. So acceleration is 10 by 9 meters per second square. That's what I got it. But that's not what is asked. Asked is how much is the time taken. So for the time taken, my dear warriors, let's use, I think V is U plus AT. So if I use V is U plus AT, guys, if I use V is equal to U plus AT, let's try to see what do we get. Now final velocity is 20, initial velocity is 10, acceleration is 10 by 9 and into T. So 20 minus 10 is 10, so 10 is equal to 10T by 9, 10 cancels, so T will be basically 9 seconds, which is option B. Yes, it is option B. So here we cannot solve this question by just one equation. I will need two equations. So there will be many situations where you will have to solve the problems using 2 or sometimes even 3 if it is a more harder question. Generally in NEET level you will see 1 to 2 equations more than sufficient, but very rare cases you will see 3 equations also. Right? Everybody with me? Understood how to solve the question? We first found the acceleration, then use this. I can't even use S is ut plus half at square because I don't know A and T. So using second equation is of no use because I did not know both these terms. Moving on, next question. Body starts from rest, acceleration A1. Okay. 2 seconds after that, another body starts, acceleration A2. If they travel same distance in the 5th second from A's start, then the ratio of A1 and A2 is how much? Very interesting, good chance of making silly mistake. When body number A starts, basically at T is equal to 0, it moves, and the question is in the 5th second. So this is T is equal to 5. So 5th second is basically this second. from t is equal to 4 to t is equal to 5. So if I had to write the displacement in the 5th second for body number A, which is accelerating with a1, I will say it is u plus a by 2 into 2n, n over here is 5, minus 1. Do you remember this formula, my dear students? Nth formula this is. Displacement in nth second formula is u plus a by 2 into 2n minus 1. Here this is basically particularly your n value. Is that making sense? Is that making sense, everyone? Very good. Now let's look at the other body, body number B. Body number B starts only after 2 seconds. This is t is equal to 2. So when it is 5 seconds for this, although the time is 5 seconds, technically this, if I start it at 0, here the time will be 3 seconds. Technically, look at it, if I make the starting point of V as 0 seconds, it will reach here after 3 seconds, because 2 seconds it has just waited. So technically it has only traveled for 3 seconds. Understood or no? Understood or no? A traveled for 5 seconds. B waited for the first 2 seconds. After 2 seconds it started moving. So till 5 seconds only 3 seconds have gone for B technically. So technically we are trying to find the 3rd second for B. So this is basically displacement in the 3rd second for B. So that will be u plus a2 by 2 into 2 into 3 minus 1. Lot of people miss this 3 over here. Miss that 3 over here, and that's why they get wrong answer. Now it's just equating the 2. So a1 by 2 into 2 5s are 10 minus 1 will be a2 by 2, 2 3s are 6, 6 minus 1. 2 cancels, right? So what will you get? 10 minus 1 is 9. So 9 a1 will be 6 minus 1 is 5. So 5 a2. So a1 by a2 is 5 by 9. That's the answer. A1 by A2 is 5 by 9. Is that clear? Where is it? Option number A, 5:9. 9:5 is also there if you make a silly mistake. If you find the reverse, you will get 9:5. That will be wrong answer. So the beauty of this question is understanding that B body has only traveled for 3 seconds. So 5th second for this guy is technically 3rd second for B. So that's why I have substituted 3 over here. That is the crux of the problem. This question, graph is given, the equation of x is given, question says is the body at rest moving with uniform motion, non-uniform accelerated motion, or uniformly accelerated motion. I think best way is to use derivatives. If you find velocity, velocity is basically derivative of x. So it will be derivative of 1.2 t square. 1.2 is as it is, t square's derivative is 2t. So this will be 2.4 t. That is your velocity. Acceleration is a derivative of velocity, so it will be derivative of 2.4 t. 2.4 comes outside, derivative of time is just 1, so this 2.4, which is nothing but a constant. There is no time involved in acceleration. So if there is no time and acceleration is constant, that means it is uniformly accelerated motion. Exactly. How many of you got it? How many of you got it as uniformly accelerated motion? Very good. Hari, I have already made a video on graphs, but yes, I'll be making a separate video on calculus and slopes and integration, right? So slopes integration, I'll be making it this coming, if I'm not wrong, on Monday. This coming Monday, you will have a lecture. Cool? Chalo. Let's move on to the next question on your screen. The displacement of a body along x-axis is given by this, then the velocity will be how much? Velocity will be how much? Root x is t plus 1. So how much will x be? It will be t plus 1 whole square. T plus 1 whole square, correct? Then velocity will increase, decrease, independent, none of these. Alright, let's expand this. X will be t square plus 2t plus 1, a square plus b square plus 2ab. So if I find velocity which is derivative of x, what will it be? It will be 2t plus 2 plus 0. So velocity is basically 2 times t plus 2. That's enough for me to figure out that if time increases, velocity is also increasing. So hence it increases with time. If time increases, velocity increases. That's option number A. Getting it, my dear students? Yep, Janani, very good. Gayatri Mochi, awesome. Lahari, King Live, Priya, great. Harni, Ravina, very good, very good, very good, guys. Moving on to the next question coming up on your screen. A cyclist is starting from the center, circular park. He starts from the center, circular park, okay. O, he goes to this edge, goes like this and comes back. You can see the arrow marks probably. He's going like this, going like that and coming back. If the round trip takes 10 minutes, the net displacement and average speed is? First of all, net displacement, because initial position is equal to final position, the displacement will be 0. Initial position is equal to final position. So I can see 0 over here and 0 over here. So B option is eliminated, C option is also eliminated. So either it is A or it is B. Alright. So for the next part, average speed part, I need to basically find the total distance divided by the total time. Now this length is basically R, radius. This length is circumference is 1/4. So it is 1/4 of 2 pi r. This length is again r. The whole thing divided by the time, which is basically 10 minutes. But I think I'll have to convert it into hours because question is find it in kilometers per hour. So r plus r is 2r plus this will become nothing but pi r by 2. Whole thing divided by 10 minutes is 1/6 of an hour. This I will put it in kilometers. Now r is how much? It's 1 kilometer. Radius is exactly 1 kilometer given. So it will be 2 plus pi by 2. This 6 will go on the top and it will multiply like this. Come on, my dear warriors, now do the math and see how much does it come out to be approximately. So 2 plus 3.14 by 2 into 6. 3.14 divided by 2 is 1.57. 1.57 plus 2 is 3.57. 3.57 into 6. So this will be 3.57 into 6. Just check that out. How much will it come out to be? I think it should come out to be 21.4, which is option D. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because 6 3s are 18, 6 4s are 24. So it will be somewhere between 18 and 24. And there is only one option like that, 21.4. Right? So just do some manipulation. Play around with the numbers. Right? 6 into 3 point something. So 6 3s are 18, 6 4s are 24. So it will be somewhere in between that. Right? So moving on to the next one. What is this? A ball is thrown down with a speed of 20. This is a PYQ. It hits the ground with this speed. The height of the tower is how much? Okay, I think we should draw the diagram first. This is the tower. You are throwing the ball like this with what speed? 20 meters per second. It hits the ground with a new speed of how much? 80 meters per second. Question is, what is the height of the tower? We all know acceleration due to gravity is downwards 10 meters per second square. I know final speed, initial speed, acceleration. I want to find displacement. There is only one equation. Third kinematic equation, guys. Use the third kinematic equation. V square is u square plus 2as. Is that right? V square is u square plus 2as. Correcto? Understood? Okay, let's do this. What is final speed? 80 square. What is initial speed? 20. So square it plus 2 into acceleration again downwards 10. S is basically h. 8 square is 64, so this will be 6400. 2 square is 4, so this will be 400 plus 20h. 6400 minus 400 is 6000. So that will be 20 times of h. 0 0 cancels. So h will be 600 divided by 2. That means it will be 300 meters. Which is option number C. Which is option number C. Correct. That's the correct answer. Very good. Yes, Sundara, answer is option C. Very good, Murgavel, Ravina, Janani. Very good, Priya, Hari. Awesome, Mochi, Dr. Asta, Sveta. Great, Gohil. Very good, Priya. Very good, Jayanti. Awesome. Let's go to the next question. Are you guys having fun? Are you guys having fun solving these questions? Aren't you learning a lot? Do let me know in the chat box, and by also smashing the like button in case you haven't done that yet. Person sitting on the ground floor of a building notices through his window a ball dropped from the roof crosses the window in 0.1 second. What is the speed when it is at the topmost point of the window? Let's try to draw the diagram. Every time kinematics is there, I always try to draw the diagram. This is the window, okay, and this is our Pandu who is observing it. Okay, now what is that ball doing? That ball starts, or basically it starts from the top only. It's coming down. It has some speed over here, let's say u. It goes down like this. It has some new speed over here. And if I take t is equal to 0 here, this time is basically 0.1 second. What is the height of the window? Is it given somewhere? Yes, it is 1.5 meters. So it is already mentioned over here that this is 1.5 meters. And I also know it is accelerating down with 10 meters per second square. Interesting. S is known, u don't know, final speed don't know, time yes, acceleration s. Which equation? I feel there is only one equation, and that is s is ut plus half acceleration into t square. Displacement 1.5. U I don't know. Time basically 0.1 plus half into acceleration 10 time 0.1 square. So this will become 1.5 is equal to 0.1 u plus, now 10 by 2 is 5. This will become 0.1 into 0.1. Sorry. Okay. So this will become 0.1 into 0.1. Now I can shift the decimal in all the sides. So it will become 15 is equal to, shift the decimal, it will just become u plus shift the decimal, it will just become 1. So it will become 5 into 0.1, which is 0.5. So u will be basically 15 minus 0.5. So u will be basically 14.5. 14.5 is option B. Yes, done. That's the correct answer. It's option C. Yes, correcto. Very good, Mochi. Very good. Yep, it is option B. Priya, no, it is not 3. It is option B, bacha, 14.5. B. Yes. So you just need to be careful with the calculations. Don't make any mistakes. You should draw the diagram, see what is given, s is given, time is given, acceleration is given, initial speed is asked. So the best equation suitable for this arrangement is the second kinematic equation. Moving on to the next question up on your screen. Find the average velocity when a particle completes the circle of radius 1 meter in 10 seconds. Direct answer, I want everybody spam in the chat box. I want everybody spam in the chat box right away, right now. Let's see. Come on guys, I'm asking you to spam. What is the average velocity of a particle completing a circle? This was asked in JIPMER. Can you believe it? Initial position is final position, displacement is 0, so velocity is also 0. Vector quantity, so hence the answer is a big fat 0. Very good. Nice. Everybody will get at least 500 to 600 marks if you can do this question. Speed of the particle at 3rd and the 8th second are 20 and 0. The average magnitude acceleration between 3rd and the 8th second will be, again a JIPMER question. So the speed was 20 meters per second. Okay, at what second? 3rd. So basically t is equal to 3 seconds. After some time the speed becomes 0. But at what time? T is equal to 8. So question is, what is the acceleration? Now we all know acceleration is final minus initial velocity by the interval of time. Final velocity 0, initial velocity 20, time interval 8 minus 3. So 20 by 5, minus 20 by 5, which is basically minus 4 meters per second. But here the magnitude is asked. So basically the magnitude of the acceleration is basically just 4 meters per second square. So 4 meters per second square is the answer, guys. Is that clear? Is that clear? Very good. Just simple accelerations definition. Change in velocity by time. Very, very straightforward. You can get it. Moving on, next question. Velocity is given by this. This was asked in AIMS. I want to see who are the AIMS students out here. I want to see who are the students who are going to crack AIMS, guys. If you can solve this within a minute, proud of you. Come on. Then find the value of the time at which the velocity is maximum. Interesting. So, looking at this, I immediately realize I can expand this. So, this will become 4t minus 4 2s are 8, tt is a t square. Oh, this is a quadratic equation. And the coefficient of t square, which is minus 8, is basically negative. That means it is a downward parabola. Downward parabola. I can also find the roots. In order to find the roots, here is what I will do. 4t into 1 minus 2t is 0. Let's assume this is 0 to find the roots. So either time is 0 or 1 minus 2t is 0. This is direct. Or I can just say 1 is equal to 2t, or I can just say t is equal to half. T is 0 or it is half. These are the roots. It's a downward parabola. So let's start by the graph. So this is time, this is velocity, roots are 0 and 0.5. So it will go like this. This is 0, this is basically your half. You can clearly see from here the maximum speed is over here. This is the maximum speed. It will happen exactly midway between these 2 points. If this is 0, this is 0.5, then this will be 0.25 obviously, and you can directly mark the answer as A for AIMS. A for AIMS, that's the correct answer. So whenever you have roots, the vertex or basically the maximum or minimum point will be exactly in between, because this is a symmetric figure. Parabola is same on both the sides. Got it? Yes, it is 1/4. Correct, because half is nothing but 0.5 seconds. Exactly, my dear warriors. So it's very straightforward if you solve it properly. Preeti is reaching the metro station. Very good question this is, and recent years there have been similar kind of patterns in the question paper, and found that escalator was not working. She walks up the escalator in time t1. Another day she just moves up the escalator, okay, with remaining stationary. Then if it takes time t2, so what will be the time taken if she starts walking on the moving escalator? So understand, there are three scenarios. In the first case, this Preeti which is there, okay, she's actually walking up with that escalator. So let's say the length of that escalator is L. So the time taken is t1. Time 1 will be length divided by her speed. Let's say I call it v1. Her speed, which is, let's say, v1. Next day, she's just standing on that elevator. Escalator, sorry. And the escalator is going up with some speed. Length is L again. So the time taken to go up will be L by the escalator speed, which is v2. Escalator speed, I will assume it as v2. Now, on another day, when Preeti is not just standing, but she is also walking over it on that moving escalator, then how do I find the time? The total speed of Preeti will be basically v1 plus v2. Agree or disagree? I can find v1 and v2 right over here. v1 is L by t1 and here v2 is L by t2, right? So v1 and v2 I know I will need it in this point. So the time taken to go up will be the total distance upon the total time. My bad. What am I doing? So the time taken will be nothing but the total distance upon the total speed. Here the total distance is L, the total speed is v1 plus v2. So this will be L divided by v1 plus v2. That means L by t1, and take this L by t2 also over here. Now you can see, my dear students, L will just get cancelled off. So it will be 1 by T1 plus 1 by T2. Take LCM. This will be 1 by T1 plus T2 divided by T1 T2. Take this on the top, bring this on the top. So this will be T1 T2 divided by T1 plus T2. That's the final answer. So T1 T2 by T1 plus T2, that is option C, of course. Option C, of course. Exactly, my dear warriors. So these kind of questions which involve variables, you assume new variables. Don't worry. See, I have assumed the length to be L. What did I see? Length got just cancelled over here. Alright, I assumed the speed to be V1, speed to be V2, and I saw V1 plus V2 is just this, and I got the final answer only in terms of time. So don't be afraid to assume few things. It's okay. Things might get cancelled out. Next. Alright, so next is basically homework, guys. So this is your first homework question. Please take a screenshot of this. Please take a screenshot of this. Alright, and here is the next homework question. Please take a screenshot of this. I want everybody posting the answers in the comment section. And then we have this particular question. Alright, take a screenshot of this as well. I want everybody to post the answers. Some of the questions we have solved it in different ways during the session or in the theory session. So I'm pretty sure you will be able to get the answer very easily. So how was today's session? This was a power-packed, high energy, full energy, right? Full energy, highly power-packed problem-solving session. It was to the point, precise, and we solved all varieties of questions from vectors as well as your, motion in a straight line. So I hope these two chapters are done and dusted, and you are all excited for the next session, which is going to happen on Monday at 5 or 6 o'clock on calculus. Do let me know in the comments how was the session and how you are enjoying the Concur batch and how motivated you are. Do let me know in the comments. I will be waiting to hear from all of you guys. That's it from my side. This was Captain Shreyas and I'm signing off. Have a happy weekend. Hasta la vista.